Yes, and welcome to Vasili's Garden. Now, today, folks, we're doing the next trial. You know, this is a liquid trial in the cocoa pith, and just take a moment to take in the wonderful nature and wind and everything that's going on here. It is windy. You can see the pot plants have fallen over. It's been blowing a gale all day, and the veggie garden's held up pretty well, but not the tomatoes. These poor little souls here have really copped a beating. Some of them have actually curled their toes up and rode on ahead. But some of them are still doing okay. We've got our ones here on the end there. I don't know what they are, which ones these are. Nitrosol, Thrive, Charlie Carp, the list goes on. They're all struggling. Some are taking off better than others. This one here has lost its tomato. What's this one? Grow Me. Well, you ain't growing, sweetheart. You're not going anywhere. You're going backwards. But the marigold's taken off, as a basil has. That's C-Max. What's that one there? That's Bioguana. That's gone to heaven. Tomatoes haven't done well. I mean, it's been pretty bad, the weather. This is the sea sol combo, which is the power feed and sea sol. Yep. And what we're looking over here, well, that's our Vasili's Liquid Gold and Eco Butch. Well, what can I say? The tomato's taken off. It's actually flowering already. We had a couple of bite marks here on the marigold, as well as we did with the basil, but it's settling in. I might lose the basil on this one, we don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But as far as the other tomato plants, well, they're all pretty average. Now, these are growing in cocoa pith, and they've only had 2 applications of liquid feed, and the weather just hasn't been kind to them at all, so that's the truth. And this has really been a hit and miss at the moment, the weather-wise as well. I mean, caused by the weather, nothing else. So I said I'm going to do something else, and that's going to be a trial using the potting mix here. And I'm preparing this now. We're using the Garden Basics. That's the cheapest of the potting mix that we have. I've actually started to blend 2. We've got a snail in here. Just bear with me. There's a chook. Eat that. Doesn't want to know about it. Anyway, I've got 2 bags in here. I'll just quickly show you the different texture again. A couple of roots in here, the remnants of the seedlings that we were growing here. I think that's what they are. Maybe something else, but anyway, just keep them out for now. This is one of the mixes on top, and we have got some worms coming in here too, so it's decomposing. And underneath, if you can see, it might be a bit dark to tell, the darker stuff. Can you see that? It's a better mix underneath there. Well, I don't know which one it was. I didn't look at the bag properly. They're both the Garden Basics. But anyway, one's like it looks like it's got colouring in it. It's like it's been dyed. And the other one's just looks like sawdust and actually manure or the shavings from a chook house. Anyway, we're going to blend them in here because we haven't got enough room. These little bad boys. We can't have any of these in here, can we? No, we can't. They go in the garden. They're mine. You go in there. Go and dig a hole. In there. Another one. I suppose you know what you can do with the Garden Basics, really? Let it sit for about 3 months, 4 months. Let it start to decompose. Worms will turn up. Then you can start planting with it. So it's really early, premature. It looks like it hasn't composted yet, and it's only starting to break down now. And this bag here, no, not a single worm, nothing. Just some of the old roots. Anyway, we're going to blend all these together now. And we're going to use this to grow. And what we're growing in here this time is just going to be a lettuce and a marigold. I'm going to give up on the tomatoes because they're going to need a lot more room. And besides, you can see what's happened to those Tommy toes. Mate, I think I'll only get some tomatoes off my one, maybe 2 or 3 other varieties, but the rest of them are just they're going to go to heaven. So I'm blending the 3 together so they all get a little bit of each bag in the pot, and we're going to plant, I think I said that already, a lettuce and a marigold. 2 faithful ones that should perform really well. Well, they're growing in this mix anyway, so they should be able to grow really well. Bit of plastic in there as well. Roots from the previous trial. And we're going to do the liquid feeding as per usual, half strength every 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. Now for those who don't remember me doing this or haven't seen this little trial being conducted yet, oh, nice worm. Oh, don't go there. In the soil, dig a hole. Now we don't want to be biased, because if one of these pots gets a worm in there, you know, it's going to do some worm castings and all of a sudden the plant's going to grow. You know, then we're going to say the product works, so we've got to be fair. Otherwise we've got to put a worm in each pot. Alright, I've blended all three together, so hopefully it's a good enough mix. I've already labelled the pots, as you can see, 5 in 1, which is the searles, and the other ones are done as well. Oh, bugger this wind, seriously. And once I've done that, all I'm going to do is just plant a marigold. As you can see, I've got there the Fertiliser seedlings and the lettuce. And let's just do a couple now. So we're going to just put one seedling of each. And these are really grown. I hate it when that happens. You've got to tease them out a little bit. Now I can use a knife to cut them. That's what Craig says to me to do. Get your knife out. I've got a knife? Yes, I do. Alright, this is what you reckon, Craig? I'm going to do your method. And if anybody else has got any other tips, by all means, feel free to share them. Using a knife to cut the roots apart. So we've got, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's too many, look, just too many together there. I can't plant all them together. So I'm just going to try and cut through this. Alright, we're going to bonsai this plant. That's what it looks like. Ah, bugger me. Just tickle them out, that's it. You know, do it underwater. There we are, we've salvaged them. All right, we've got 5 plants here. All right, 1, finger in the pot, down. So this is what we're going to do with all of them, folks. You don't have to watch me do all these, but what I'm going to do is 1 marigold. That's too small, and we'll try and keep it consistent in size as well. So they've all got a similar size to start with. And 1 lettuce plant each. There we are. So we've lined them up here with the associated bucket. So the sea salt with the sea salt, the rich grow with the rich grow, and so on. So when I water these two with their product, and so on and so on. Now, for those who don't know why I'm doing this, well, it is a liquid fertiliser trial. I'm going to see which performs better, not only in growth, but we're also going to do a bricks test at the end to see what sort of nutritional value we get out of, in this case, the lettuce and the basil, for taste that is, but you can also do it on flowering plants. So the bricks test is not only for edible plants, but it's important to understand it so that when you're actually growing something, you are getting the benefits out of the soil you're growing it. And in this case, because we've got cocoa in this first row or first trial that we're doing, we're going to do it. We're doing it also now in the planting or the potting mix that we were using, which is the Garden Basics. So we're doing the cocoa trial, which is a very, very basic medium, holds moisture, dries out pretty quick if you don't cover it over. And it doesn't really retain any nutritional value that can be released into the plant. Whereas the potting mix, as you saw in the barrow earlier, there were actually worms in there, so it's starting to decompose. So we got more nutritional or micronutrients or macronutrients developing in it. So we should be able to get a better growth out of that, plus the liquid fertiliser. If you've got any suggestions as far as how we're doing this, conducting this trial, that is, just like as we did with the potting mix, please feel free to share them on the post. We're doing liquid fertilisers every 2 weeks. I can't be more transparent than this, folks, and hopefully we'll be able to establish which one's a better one at the end of the day. Hopefully there's a few good ones out there, otherwise we're in a lot of trouble, aren't we? Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com, for everything you need every day. From me, Vasili, Maresi.